Hey everybody, I'm back with another video just to address a current thing that went on in my comments because them guys are still fighting. I'm pretty sure they are still fighting today, but we'll get into this. This is that LS3 that everyone's so dick riding about. 5 grand, right? Let's break this down. Another LQ460, 1300. But it's lit. Remember, everything is getting less. All certain things are becoming less and less and less and less. Remember that. Okay, cool. Again, LS2, 60, 600, 650. Okay. I want you guys to understand this. So the one that was 5 grand, right? Let's go back to this one right here, right? Everyone says that these are better, right? I want to show you something, like a trick, and I'm going to give you something. I'm going to whistle blow this shit, and everybody's going to be, I don't care if you're on the Northstar side, you can kiss my ass. I'm tired of you guys gatekeeping. 5 grand, right? So you say you got 5 grand, you want to buy something like this, throw it in there. Okay, I got you. Hear me out. $300 runs. It says right here, runs great. That's probably because someone wrecked it. That's usually what happens. They throw these out. I buy these engines all the time. 100,000 miles on it. They're, old couples really take care of their cars. I bought one off of them. It had like 86,000 miles on it. Old couple. Or they have 100,000. Don't buy it from some young youth. They trash them. So buy it from like the older people. Make sure you like do some research into it before you buy it. But most Northstars go for like this, $600, $300, or sometimes even $100. I've seen that thousands of times. It fluctuates anywhere between under $1,000, quite literally. So okay, you put that down. So say you get one of these. You pay $1,500 to get a bulletproof kit that literally fixes the entire issue. Let's get this okay. So I'm gonna help you make some power. MSD coil packs. E3 spark plug wires are 8.5 millimeters, 8.5s. You get the E3 diamond cut high performance spark plugs to go with this to back it up. Get some different pulleys, like shorter, or like different pulleys that are like the aftermarket. There, it's kind of scarce. You do have to look around, get a cold air intake and everything else. But you will have to make an extension because the one that they have is it's like the first piece, but it's not the final piece. You're supposed to get an extension. They don't tell you that, but you need the extensions and extra, so you got to make your own housing. And I'll do a video on how to do that. But yeah, basically cold air intake, and just basically upgrade everything. You can upgrade your injectors. That's like after you spend the money, like after you spend the bulletproof. So once you bulletproof, it's $1,500. You spend $400 on this. About you can spend, depending on where you go, you can actually spend like 50 to $100 on like the wires, and or you can get MSD wires, which are actually cheaper than the E3s, but the E3s are way more expensive because I guess they're better. They're just better, but MSD can do it too. So if you want the 8.5 millimeter MSDs, get those too. Those really work. Get the E3 spark plugs or the MSD spark plugs that they have for these. E3 is a little better, but MSD once again is kind of like still, if it's cheaper, it's more mass produced. So throw those in here. Throw that. That's probably gonna be like a good almost just under $1,000. And then after that, you get a little tune, get cams and all that. Get cam tune. Basically, if you spend $1,500 to get the bulletproof kit that fixes the oil leaks and the head gaskets. It fixes it permanently. It makes it so it's not an issue anymore. Then now this is reliable, up to like the same standard as the LS3 or any other LS. It's reliable now. Okay, now we fix the next problem, and then we add some of the bolt-on power. You're still just about 5 grand, and you make more horsepower than that LS3. And I'm not joking you, like tit for tat, it will make more horsepower and it will rev higher than the LS3. It doesn't mean the LS3 sucks, because the LS3 is straight out the gate. It's like almost like lazy mechanics, what I call it, like the lazy mechanic. If you want to get crazy power and just get a push rod, go get a push rod. But if you want to try something different and give it a chance, take one of these for dirt cheap. You can always find them. Buy the bulletproof kit for the do-it-yourself kind of guys. Not the people that don't want to do it themselves. If you don't want to do it, don't do this build, because you're not, I'm just sorry, I'm not gonna say this to hate you or like hate on you. You're probably not qualified to even touch this thing, because this thing is going to be a freaking nightmare for you if you don't know. But if you're a do-it-yourself kind of guy and you kind of really just crack this open and give it a shot, it's actually easy, because there is a video explaining exactly how to break this thing down. It tells you how to drill, tap, everything. It's like 3 hours long. It's literally just watch the video, front to back, back to forward, however you got to do it. Watch it, educate yourself on it. Then you realize these engines are not all that complicated. There's extra steps, yes, but it's not all that complicated to break these down. And the bulletproof kit comes with everything to fix this whole entire problem. Gaskets, new gaskets, everything. It's just, it bulletproofs the engine, guaranteed. Go to Northstar Performance, tell him I sent you, and bulletproof it first. Then once you bulletproof it, get everything from Northstar Performance, from the cams, the tune, the header flanges, because they're trying to make a header kit, but get the header flanges and make your own set of headers. Get the MSD coil packs and everything else from like other sources. Cold air intake. Quite literally, you can make right around 450 to close to 500 horsepower. Like a guarantee you can make that to the crank with this. It's not hard. It's like actually quite easy, because these engines are really like, they turned them down. They turned them way down. So you get 300 horsepower straight out the gate. Make sure it's a VIN 9, because if you want a LD8, you get 275 depending on the year. Depending on the year, if you get a later year, there's still 300. But earlier years, like this one kind of one, it'll be like 275. And you got to change certain other things, so that's a little more expensive to make those ones faster. So you want to get a VIN 9, not a VIN Y, a VIN 9, because that's 300 horsepower to the crank straight out the gate. If you want to make, you got to bulletproof it first. That's mandatory. If you want to make it reliable, bulletproof it. Once it's bulletproofed, get the cams and the tune and the titanium valve springs, and then maybe run like some E85. That already, well, without E85 on pump gas, it's going to be like titanium valve springs are going to get you like 8,500 to maybe 9,000 depending on the tune and how it's set up. So you take that, you get the cam, the tune, and the titanium valve springs. You're making around 75 to 100 over stock. Add that in. That gain is going to already put you like damn near like right next to 400 horsepower. Then you take the coil packs, the spark plug wires, the spark plugs, some pulleys off, some of the pulleys off, you get the bypass pulleys, and then you get the cold air intake and actually get the extensions for it that actually continue to put it in. And then you now have a car that's proper. It's going to function and open it up a little bit. And then after that, you have a car that's making right around 450. You get the header, long tube header, custom made, because they have header flanges, but you have to get them custom made. Once that's done, you get the full exhaust, like, gutted, and you can run it straight back as a pipe, or get like a Corsa Extreme Borla Attack, or whichever one you want. And then quite literally spend close to $5,000 within the budget. You can, if you want to go further past the budget, you want to get the exhaust and everything else with it. But if you know what you're doing and you can do it yourself and you're budgeting $5,000, you can make a good 450 close to 500 horsepower guaranteed. Like I know you can. It's possible. So give it a shot. Don't always just say, oh, it's a Northstar, it's bad. It just depends on which Northstar we're talking about. If it's early generations like these ones, they're not reliable because they just did the stupid fatal head bolts thing. So remember this. Address the head bolts first. Do the bulletproof kit, bottom end, top end. Buy the bulletproof kit. Don't buy the head stud kit that just comes with the top end stuff. Buy the bulletproof kit that comes with the bottom, the low end, where you're doing like the whole bottom end, and then the top end. It comes with everything you need. And then once you're done, then you can add on some bolt-on powers. And I have another video that explains like what you can do and what you can buy. And once you do that, add all that on here. Get it tuned, get it dialed in, then throw some E85 in here. 500 crank horsepower, easy off the rip. It's gonna wake this thing up. And then if you put if you need, get those. Remember, you can take the Ford titanium valve springs from like the little like Terminators and all that stuff, the 4.6s and that. They literally go in. They go in perfectly. So some Ford parts actually work on these. So if you actually want to build this, remember this. And also if you want to go rear wheel drive, there's a Dakota manual swap that's from like the 98 Dakotas. That's a manual. You can put that on one of these little things and it pretty much has the same bolt pattern. And then you can go rear wheel drive conversion and all that stuff. So if you really want to know how to make them like rear wheel drive converted or just make 500 crank horsepower, I got you. Because I'm no longer going to gatekeep, and like I'm no longer going to let other people gatekeep. If I find out any news about these engines, I'm gonna help you guys make some power, so then you can pull up to a place and scare some LS guys and some scat packs. If you want to do that, I got you. But other than that, y'all have a blessed day. And you don't always have to buy this just to make it fast. Just make your car fast. These things are great though. I love them. Love me some LS, but I'm just putting the nail in the coffin about people hating and saying just get an LS. You don't need to get an LS to go fast. It just means you just don't need to be cheap. So if you want to be, even though these are not cheap either, these are not cheap because everyone says LSs are cheap. This is not cheap. Just for a motor, this is not cheap. This is cheap compared to like all the big engines that corporations make. They're like 15K, but like this is no longer getting cheap. This is only going up because everyone. But yep, but this one, give it a shot, please. please give it a shot. Okay, love you, bye.